shit's in the safe. Got me a spot out the way. Nigga just tryna be safe.
Let's get to the sports talk.
On the way for the NBA, the association is in serious talks with the Players Union on some big moves, including major changes to the season schedule and to the playoffs, some of which could happen as soon as the 2021-2022 season. Our Adrian Wojnarowski joining us now. Woj, take us through what the NBA and the NBA PA are discussing here in regard to the schedule.
Well, Jay, 4 significant changes, starting with what would be a minimum 78-game regular season, a 30-team in-season tournament that we're told tentatively would begin after around Thanksgiving.
I get it. It's not so many teams that can get in the playoffs, but don't mess the tradition up, man. I don't think that's going to look right for the NBA. That's going to be ugly to me. That ain't going to seem right. They need to leave it the way they have it. Leave the playoff alone. I'm on board for shortening the season, but don't change the playoff format. Leave it the way it is. We like it the way it is. As fans, we would like it just to stay like that. Not have it change into a tournament. You don't get in, you don't get in. Keep it the way it is. Don't change the playoff format, man.
Take you into mid-December, and a postseason play-in for the 7th and 8th seeds competing with the 9th and 10th seeds, and then the reseeding of the 4 conference finalists, so that it is possible that you could have a NBA Finals that could be 2 teams from the East or 2 teams from the West. They would reseed the Final 4 of the NBA based on regular season records.
Those are sweeping changes. Let's go back a second. The in-season tournament, exactly what would that involve?
Jay, it would involve essentially divisional play, regularly scheduled NBA games leading to a knockout round, a single elimination round, quarterfinals, semifinals, and a final. And there would be the winners of the six divisions, and then the next 2 best records, so 8 teams would go to a knockout round. There would be financial incentives for players, coaches. In that, it is something that Adam Silver has felt very strongly about, based largely off a European soccer model. And they've talked about different scenarios within the season, but we're told that the most traction right now is a post-Thanksgiving into December window of time for an in-season tournament, all 30 teams involved.
Adam Silver's felt strongly about this for a minute. What brought this to the point of let's talk about it and maybe let's do it?
The NBA believes that it has got to continue
Leave it. Leave it. It don't look right for the women's. It looked weird to me. Y'all just need to leave everything alone. Don't change so much. I feel like they don't look right. 2 teams from the West playing in the finals. Why not just leave the format as East versus West? The traditional way worked better for me. I like to see that format like that. I don't like watching the women's playoff half of the time because of that format. I don't want the men's to change and look like the women's basketball playoff. Leave it the way it was. I wish the women would have did the same thing for them and left it alone. Let it be. I understand he want to change the format, but that is not going to look right. We need to have a vote on that. Just leave it. I'm in for shortening the season, but the playoff, it's going to take some time to get used to. I don't want them to change anything about the NBA.
Its product. They believe that these ideas will drive revenue long term. It is a long NBA season. There have been discussions about shortening the load on players, that 82 games was too many. And the hope with the NBA and the Players Association is, in the short term, for the teams, for the players, they can minimally break even financially.
I get it. Everything. I'm all for shortening the season. Because there's a lot of players' body that break down so early. It give them time to rest, and it will help them. They don't have to play a long season. They have a short season where they can be all right and ready to go when it's playoff time.
Starting out with if these changes pass, and then over time grow it financially, through television sponsorship revenue.
If we get a deal on this, how soon, realistically, could all this be implemented?
The NBA's 75th anniversary season, 2021-2022 is the target to implement these changes. But for that to happen, we're told, there needs to...
It's already bad enough that you change a lot of the rules that don't make sense already. They give a lot of players advantage, and they just run with it. Now you try to change the playoff format. Everything already don't look right as it is right now, and now you gonna try to change that? You gotta leave certain things alone. Like that format, it's not gonna make sense to me or no one. I don't want to see two Western teams playing the finals. I like seeing them go against the teams on the Eastern Conference. That looked right to me. To just have them play against them. They dominate the East, beat the East in that playoff format. Then you see two Western Conference teams play for it. No.
Eventually be an agreement in place to take this to a vote of the NBA's Board of Governors at their April 2020 meeting. It isn't too far off that they have to have, the framework of an agreement among the Players Association, the league, and television.
NBA discussing some sweeping changes to the regular season and the postseason. Our Adrian Wojnarowski with the very latest. Woj, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Jay.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For highlights and analysis,